Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to high school basketball in the great state of West Virginia. Video Productions proudly invites you to join us for live streaming coverage of regional tournament action in Class Single A, Region 3. Alongside my color analyst, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin, I'm Andrew Miller. Our game producer for tonight's broadcast is Robbie Mounts, and our cameraman is Shane Pontier. We welcome you inside the gymnasium at Greater Beckley Christian High School for this regional tournament championship game featuring the Crusaders of Greater Beckley Christian High School and the Highlanders of Webster County High School. On the line tonight, a co-regional championship and a trip to Charleston next week for the West Virginia Boys High School State Tournament. For the Crusaders, tonight marks an opportunity for redemption and revenge against the team that ended their season last year, one game short of the state tournament. For the defending Single A state champion Highlanders, tonight represents a chance to return to Charleston to defend their title, the first ever in school history. So glad you could join us on Video Productions live streaming coverage of high school basketball in the great state of West Virginia. Bob Bolin, this is going to be a nasty, intense environment here tonight. The crowd is absolutely jam-packed into this small building. This is the third in a series this year. Greater Beckley Christian has taken care of the two games in the regular season, but what we have witnessed in the postseason so far is you cannot take any team lightly.
No, you can't. After what we witnessed last night, Woodrow Wilson had won by 11 in the regular season and got beat by 15. And if you look at the regular season here for Greater Beckley, they won one matchup by 39, but then less than 2 weeks later, they only won by 10. Now, so you really can't look at those things. Webster County put Greater Beckley out last year when Webster County was on their way to a perfect undefeated state champion season. But should be a good matchup. On paper, Greater Beckley's the favorite, but you can never count Webster County out. Coach Mike Gray does a tremendous job, and the fans have traveled down here from Webster County. Greater Beckley always has their following, so we're in for a great evening of basketball. Two
loyal sets of fans checking this game out here tonight. Again, it was a 28-0 run, the first ever in West Virginia high school history for the Webster County Highlanders last year. Now, that was last year. They had a 32-game win streak snapped this year. They lost 7 seniors off that team last year. So this is a completely different roster for the Highlanders this season. And again, last year they defeated Greater Beckley Christian in the regional co-final, 65-57. And they ended the Crusaders' run towards the state tournament. Crusaders want back at that, and they have tested themselves this year. Their only 3 losses in state, number 1 in AAA University, AAA Woodrow Wilson, and number 1 in Single A, Charleston Catholic.
Well, so Greater Beckley has won the games they're supposed to win. And, last year, Greater Beckley was upset in the sectionals by Greenbrier West, which caused them to have to go to Webster County. And, Greater Beckley, I believe, had one of the top 4 teams in the state last year, and they were sitting at home. And I know Brian Helton, how he's motivated his troops, and he does not want to be sitting at home next week.
One thing to notice about this game is the difference, again, in styles. Webster County scores at will, 71 points a game, but they give up a lot of points, 68.8 per game. And that's what you saw, 107 the first time Greater Beckley scored, and then 81 the second time. The Crusaders average just 67 a game, but they only give up defensively 54.6 points per game. It'll be interesting to see whose style will reign supreme here tonight. All Single A regional games are on the docket for this evening across the state of West Virginia. At the end of the night, we'll know who are the 8 teams in the Single A class division for the West Virginia State Tournament next week in Charleston, West Virginia. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip here from Video Productions.
Your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership, Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
I'm Bill Wooten. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power, our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
President for Lincoln!
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
President for Lincoln!
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
President for Lincoln!
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again.
Now that the world keeps turning around.
Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Receive a free 8-count Chick-fil-A nuggets when you sign in on the Chick-fil-A app.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the great privilege of gathering here this evening, and for the great privilege that is ours to take part in this important evening in the lives of these young men. We do not know what their future holds, but we thank you that we can trust them in your hands, and we thank you this evening that we have the privilege of cheering them on. We ask this evening, as we have gathered, that you would preserve and protect the fine young men and women who are serving our nation this evening, overseas, all around the world, and in this land, to protect our freedoms and secure them for others. And we thank you that we can trust them to you as well. And so this evening we ask the protection of these boys as they give their all on this court. We ask that you would give them clear minds, that you would protect their bodies, and that as fans, you would direct us to cheer well for those who we are supporting and to bring honor and glory to you in all that is done. We thank you for this community that we call home. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We welcome you back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium as we get set for this Single A Region 3 Co-Championship. Again, 16 teams playing tonight across the state of West Virginia. The winners of those 8 games will be in Charleston next week. And in Region 3, it is Mount View at Charleston Catholic. And this game, Webster County here at Greater Beckley Christian. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups. First off for the Webster County Highlanders, Caden Cutlip is a 5'9" junior guard averaging 6.9 points, 4.1 assists per game. Caden Wright, number 21, a 5'10" senior guard, 10.6 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. Rye Gadd is the leading scorer, a 6'1" sophomore, 21.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 3 steals a game for Rye Gadd. William Lewis, a 5'10" senior guard, averaging 12.6 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. And Carter Williams, the 6' junior forward, averaging 8.1 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. As the lights go dim, we'll take a look at the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders starting lineup. Again, Webster County coached by Michael Gray. Brian Helton, the head coach for Greater Beckley Christian. Elijah Edwards leads off, the 5'11" senior guard, averaging 14.1 points, 3.8 rebounds a game. Sean Hoskins, a 6'2" senior guard, averaging 7.3 points and 3.8 rebounds a game. Caden Smallwood, a 5'11" sophomore guard, averaging 10 points and 4 boards a game. Thaddeus Jordan, a 6'6" senior forward, averaging 12.4 points, 6.7 rebounds a game. And the big man inside, Isaiah Hairston, 6'4" senior forward, averaging 14.5 points and 8 rebounds per game. So your thoughts, Coach Bolin, here tonight. Again, the 2 regular season matchups, won by Greater Beckley Christian. What might it take here tonight for the Crusaders to get that big win, head to states? What might it take for Webster County tonight?
Well, first for Greater Beckley, they want to get into their up and down the court tempo. They want a fast game, and then they want to be able to use their depth, especially at the post position, to create mismatches inside. For Webster County, I think they would want a controlled tempo. They would want to limit possessions because Greater Beckley's the deeper team, and you limit possessions by being very patient on offense. And then they want to get back defensively and keep Greater Beckley out of the transition game.
These 2 teams, both very solid shooting teams. 44% from the field for the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders, 41% for Webster County. Greater Beckley averages 39 points or 39 rebounds a game, 31.7 for the Highlanders. Opening tip controlled by the Crusaders. And this regional co-final is underway. A trip to Charleston on the line. Crusaders working those guards. Here's a drive and a dish. Edwards immediately into Hairston.
Isaiah Harrison on the low post. Greater Beckley starts out in a 2-2-1 press.
William Lewis attacking the basket. The spin move on the baseline, but Lewis is whistled for the foul.
Great penetration by Elijah Edwards, able to find Harrison down low for the easy bucket.
Well, and if you think these quick guards can get through those 2 front-line defenders, it could be dangerous.
Yeah, Webster County in a matchup zone.
Smallwood wants to attack. He'll get by his defender. Shot no good, but Hairston there to clean it up. His bucket's no good, and a loose ball rebound is whistled. A foul goes against Hairston over the back. Hairston underneath the basket. I think he may have been a little too far underneath there, Coach.
Yes, we are having a time seeing. There's standing room only, and people are trying to stand in front of us. We have a good view now.
It is wild in here. This is not a large building. There's just one side filled with stands, and they've added stands to the end. As a 3 thrown up by William Lewis misses the mark. On the attack, Greater Beckley. Smallwood to Jordan. Now back out top. Here is Hoskins for 3. That one missing the mark, but Jordan cleans it up.
Thaddeus Jordan in the right place at the right time. Greater Beckley early dominating on the boards.
Webster County's going to need to shoot the basketball well here to hang with this Christian team. And out top, Smallwood a little body check.
Okay, Smallwood a little anxious to start the game. Reach-in foul, very easy call for the referee.
Just one shot attempt so far for Webster County in the first minute and a half.
And it was a difficult three. Greater Beckley, very stingy, a good job of finding the open man on the trail, but not a good result.
Cutlip with the drive. Caden Wright misses the three. Into the corner. Here's Edwards for three, and that one buried. And a quick 7-0 lead.
Elijah Edwards with the transition three. The two easiest shots in the game, a transition three. And the bank is open in Raleigh County tonight. Rygad hits the bank three.
That's his 50th of the season. And I was getting ready to say, I wonder how long it'll take Rygad to get going. And even though it was a bank three, it still counts.
Yeah.
And that was really a nice bucket because it was going to need to be a settling shot for Gad. 7-3 early. Jordan out top. Moves left side. Now they'll feed it into Hairston. Amongst three defenders. The soft layup missed, but back into the hands of Hairston, who will be fouled on the second attempt.
Hairston able to use that big body to create space. There he is, no charge, just using it with angles, and he outweighs the biggest guy for Webster County by 35 pounds, and he creates mismatches inside. He has soft hands, and he's very light on his feet in there.
A massive size disadvantage for Webster County here tonight. They have not a player over 6'2". Greater Beckley starts a 6'6" and 6'4" player, and they have 6'8", 6'7" coming off the bench. Here comes the second for Hairston. That hits high off the glass and off the mark. The rebound comes down to Levi Cochran. 8-3 the early lead for the Crusaders. Gad throws one up wildly, and he is going to be bailed out with a whistle. And that is on number 22, Coach. That's the second on Hairston.
Let's see that. I didn't see that from this end. I thought Hairston was just standing there, but that'll be his second. But the luxury that Greater Beckley has is they have a 6'8" player, a 6'7" player, Christian Crunich, that can come in, and Greater Beckley will not lose a beat.
So you're saying we might want to dust off that Oscar award and hand it over to Rygad on that shot?
I didn't see that one.
Please do not throw anything on the floor.
And we've got some extracurriculars going on the far sideline. And again, this place is jam-packed. There is standing room only in this gymnasium. Gad at the free throw line.
Gad with a smooth stroke from the line.
Gad shoots free throws at a 79% clip. He is very good shooter, just a sophomore.
Yeah, has great form, great follow through, good backspin on the ball.
And he hits 2 of 2, and that is settling.
Yeah, that enables that touch around the rim, the backspin. As Sean Hoskins looks for Caden Smallwood underneath. We have a kick ball. Levi Cochran doing a good job of stopping the ball from getting through there for a layup.
Even on a made bucket, Greater Beckley wants to get down the floor quickly here tonight. Inbounds underneath. Lobbed over to Jordan in the corner. Webster County, very aggressive defensively, but they've got to stay in front of these quick guards. Smallwood pulls up from the left wing. That one off the mark, and Gad clears. Chance to cut the deficit to 1 or tie it with a 3. Here's Cutlip attacking around the baseline, and the ball goes out of bounds. Knocked out by a Crusader. .445 mark of the first quarter. Having trouble finding somebody, they'll lob it all the way into the back court where Gad tracks it down. Now he'll attack. Gets by Hoskins. Again by Hoskins, attacking the rim. Falls to the ground. This time they do not call the foul.
And I thought Gad got hit that time.
Yeah, I thought that was more contact than the first one called a foul. But Greater Beckley, generous with the possession, gives it right back.
Yeah. Greater Beckley, a little bit too much steam on the OB. Now we have a veteran crew here, and these guys, they're a lot closer to the action than us on this other end of the floor. So
William Lewis.
Nice pull-up J by the 5'10 senior.
Just rolling off that handoff screen, pulling up from 17 and hitting it. Here's Jordan for three. And Thad Jordan gets going from behind the arc.
Jordan, leaper, 6'5", quick on the defense, also has a three-point stroke.
Lewis into the front court for the Highlanders. Again, Coach Michael Gray wasn't sure what this team would be like after losing 7 seniors from that state title team. They've made it all the way back to the regional co-final. Here's Gadd for three. That one way off the mark. Rebound saved in, but it'll turn into transition for the Crusaders.
Greater Beckley, very good. Turning defense into offense, getting up the court quick and able to score.
First bucket of the night for Sean Hoskins. Here's Lewis off a screen. That one misses short. Rebound tipped into the hands of Edwards. He'll go straight to the basket, and he uses his body nicely.
Yeah, great move by Elijah Edwards. Lord Greater Beckley on a quick 7-0 run.
Here's a dish into the corner, a three put up in and back out for Cochran.
This game definitely being played at the pace Greater Beckley wants.
Out top, Hoskins will square up for three. Way off the mark, and Gadd with another rebound on the defensive side. The sophomore straight to the basket, up against Jordan.
Gadd.
And he is attacking the hoop, Coach.
He is. He shoots the three well. You say only a sophomore. Gadd's going to be a good player. And here he is. Change of pace game. Able to get in there and draw the foul. And I'll tell you this. I know Mike Gray was everybody's coach of the year and everything, 28-0. He's done a tremendous job this year. You know, losing a whole team.
Yeah.
I mean, your whole starting five, and to come back and go 15-9 and have his team one game away from the state tournament, kudos to Coach Gray. He's done a tremendous job.
Gadd misses the first, hits the second. Yeah, he lost the starting five and the first two off the bench. The only two coming back with any minutes varsity-wise was William Lewis and Rye Gadd. And here they are. But they are facing a juggernaut, Greater Beckley. In the lane, Hoskins off the dish from Smallwood. The shot no good. Hoskins finds the rebound, and he will be fouled. And that foul going to be whistled on William Lewis.
Yeah, referee and crew, I believe, out of the Huntington area.
So Sean Hoskins, the lefty. Interesting looking stroke. How would you describe that one, Coach?
A very low delivery on the free throws. Now, when he goes to the basket, he hangs in there. He's up by the rim, but his outside shot, you know, away from his body, very low delivery. He does get good rotation on it.
1 of 2 from the free throw line, and the lead is 8, matching the largest of the first half here for Greater Beckley. Lewis working against Jordan. Pulls up on the baseline. Wow.
Soft touch off the glass, William Lewis.
Out top, here's a square up three for Edwards. That one missing off the arc. Rebound tipped away from Hoskins and taken out by Caden Wright. 2-minute mark of the first quarter. These two teams squared off twice in the regular season. Here's Lewis off a screen, feeling it, but he misses everything. On the floor, the rebound for Carter Williams. And Gadd misses the rebound. Here comes Hoskins to the lane. The layup is up. It's off the mark. Williams tracks down the rebound into Gadd's hands. Gadd's going to attack left side.
I'll tell you what, Webster County's got some toughness. They play hard. They have tough kids. I mean, Greater Beckley plays hard and a little bit more height, a little bit more skill. But I'll tell you what, the toughness factor for Webster County getting after these loose balls. And then you got Rye Gadd, a sophomore, very talented player, going to the free throw line.
This will already be Gadd's 6th free throw, and we're still in the first quarter. Here comes the second for the sophomore. Hits that one. 5 of 6 from the line, and Gadd has 8 early.
Webster County in a 2-2-1 press. really to slow Greater Beckley down. Oh, I think he missed that one.
They almost got a steal, and they'll say it was last touched off of Greater Beckley.
The referees are going to confer with each other.
And I think they're going to give this one to the Crusaders.
It was. That's the correct call. It was out on Webster County, and we don't care who wins.
Coach Michael Gray is giving the earful.
And I would too if I was in his spot, but the officials conferred, and it did look to us like it was it should have been Greater Beckley possession.
4-point ball game here in the first. Crusaders by 4. Edwards taking a look back at Coach Brian Helton. Out top to Krunich. Now Smallwood. Even with the big size advantage, we have not seen Greater Beckley, other than the first couple of plays, go inside. Smallwood attacking, and he'll draw the contact.
And they're calling it on the floor, which I think they're, again, right. Greater Beckley wants to get 2 free throws out of the deal, but it was on the floor, so that is only the 3rd team foul against Webster County, no bonus.
Caden Cutlip on the foul. 1 minute left here in the first. Off a screen, Edwards pump fakes, pulls up. That should be a 2. Doesn't matter, it's off the mark. Gadd, another defensive rebound, and a whistle and a foul in the backcourt by Hoskins. So not only has Gadd been aggressive on the offensive side, Coach, he's going after the boards defensively.
Oh, he has, and that's the 16th foul against Greater Beckley. The rest of the first half, Webster County is going to be shooting free throws on every foul.
And they shoot as a team 68% from the line. Cutlip out on the left wing. Dishes it off to right. Here's Gadd off a screen on the right side. Gets another screen, pulls up from deep, and Gadd buries it.
Andrew, just write that name down. He's going to be a good one. Oh, he's already a good one, but he's got 2 more years left.
Shoo-wee. A 1-point ball game.
Greater Beckley will hold for the last shot of the half.
Edwards directing traffic inside. Edwards will start the move with 6. To the wing with 5. He'll attack. Here he goes. A high arcing layup is off the mark. Rebound to Gadd. Another one defensively, and that is how the first quarter will close. We've got a battle early from Greater Beckley. It's the Crusaders 16, the Highlanders 15. You're watching Region 3 tournament action on Video Productions.
Your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks. Just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
We welcome you back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. It is wild here, folks. 16-15 after 1. Greater Beckley started this game, Bob Boland, on a 7-0 run, but Webster County has fought back to make it a 1-point ball game.
Hey, they are fighters, and Greater Beckley needs to weather this storm. Foul called on Greater Beckley, and now Webster County is in the penalty.
Sean Hoskins on the reach. 1-on-1 situation for Caden Wright, the 5'10 senior. And that may be an issue again. This is a very good foul shooting team for the Highlanders. And they're going to be shooting free throws throughout the final 7, actually throughout the second quarter. And they lead it for the first time with the 2 free throws. 17-16, but Smallwood attacking. The cherry layup is off the mark. Rebound controlled by Gadd, and as he's falling out of bounds, he knocks it off a Crusader. Right, Gad, my goodness, this kid, we know his offense, but he's got 5 defensive rebounds in the first half.
Yeah, he's played a tremendous first quarter, and a little 20 in there, open shooter again.
Cutlip wrapped the pass around. They'll get it over to Carter Williams, 6-foot junior. Williams attacking against the much taller Krunic, who knocks it away. Into Smallwood's hands, straight to the basket. Smallwood has it knocked out of bounds. And Gad again making his presence felt.
All right, Harrison, he has the 2 early fouls coming back in the game. When he was in there early in the game, he was controlling play on the interior. Let's see if they try to go to him quick, right inside.
Cecil takes it, gets it to Edwards. 3-pointer off the mark. And a great rebounding position by Caden Wright.
And that was close, Harrison. Very close to being on the back call.
Harrison just had to back off of that with the 2 fouls.
And that was hard for him to do.
Here's Lewis off a screen, right wing shot, no good. And Harrison pulls down the board. Highlanders by 1.
There it is, right to him.
Spin move in the lane, double team. Muscles it up, can't get the shot to fall. Harrison wanted a foul. Could have maybe been a reach.
Yeah, great. Webster County did a great job of diving in. I thought he got hands on the ball there.
Cutlip gets in the lane again, tries to pass it out, but Hoskins steals it. Hoskin to the basket, and he's going to draw the contact. That's going to be Lewis's second.
And that's what Greater Beckley wants to do. Get stops and get out in transition.
You see Hoskins straight off that miss, and he wasted no time, Coach.
Yeah, and this is postseason. You have to weather storms. That's nothing's going to be easy in postseason. Teams are playing, like there's no tomorrow.
Hoskins was 1 for 2 his first trip to the line, misses the first of 2 here. A battle between these two. Again, Greater Beckley won the first 2 meetings in the regular season. In this building, 107 points, a 30-point victory over Webster, but this is the postseason.
Greater Beckley in a 2-2-1 press after a missed free throw. Great time to press.
0 for 2, Greater Beckley just 2 for 6 at the line. Gad gets all the way to the bucket, can't get the shot to fall. Webster County, meanwhile, has missed just 1 from the line. Here's Hairston for 3. Cleared back out to Edwards, and he will pop.
That's Greater Beckley's 7th point after an offensive rebound, and that's huge.
Edwards has 8, including 2 from the 3-point line. Into the far corner. Cochran nearly fell out of bounds with that one, and he'll wisely throw it off of those multicolored shoes of Hairston.
And that's another great time for a 3-point shot. Look at that offensive rebound. Kick out to Edwards. Knocks it down. I don't think teams utilize that enough. After an offensive rebound, now we used to have a rule. If you got the offensive rebound and you're within 5 feet and facing the basket, take it back up. But if the rebound caused you to turn around and you get the ball with your back to the basket, everybody's coming in for the board. Look for that 3-point shooter, especially after free throws.
And that's what happened to perfection on that play as Greater Beckley goes back on top by 2.
And that was Cecil. Cecil had the long rebound. The first thing he did, turned and found Edwards. Edwards knocked the 3 down to give Greater Beckley the lead back by 2.
All of our instant replays tonight sponsored again by Little General Store. Great prices, convenient places. Visit your local Little General stores. 5:55 mark here of the first half. Greater Beckley got out to a quick 7-0 run. And the fight back has come from the gritty Highlanders. Here's Wright for 3. That one way off the mark, but look at Cutlip tracking down the rebound. Great hustle.
Great hustle.
Back into the corner. Cutlip will try his hand at a 3. High arcing shot is off the mark. The backside controlled by by Hairston. Here comes Jordan attacking. Euro step.
Bad Jordan with a beautiful move. Greater Beckley back in their press, up 4.
Jordan with 7. 4-point lead again for Greater Beckley. Wright attacking the basket, and one of those trees inside That was Cecil.
I think Webster County needs to go back to the way they were playing. I mean, you need a rule. If you don't have it in transition, Gadd has to touch it once before the ball's released.
As you see Thad Jordan on the instant replay. Wow.
Beautiful fake pass to the right, little Euro step to the left.
Inbounds is thrown away. Uh-oh, look, here we go, money! Thad Jordan hammers it down. Gadd into the lane, loses the dribble, falls to the floor. And the shot can't fall.
Now Webster County has to weather the storm. There he is, Edwards open. This is how Greater Beckley plays in spurts.
That three-pointer almost knocked down. That would have been the third for Elijah Edwards.
Webster County needs to find Gadd.
Here's Bell, though, on the baseline.
Great move.
Connor Bell, another sophomore.
Webster County's going to be around for a while. Nice move by Connor Bell.
He comes off the bench, averages 4 points a game, but he's going to be whistled for the body check.
And he did. They'll let you keep that hand, that forearm on the back. Here's the dunk.
Well, you get him out in the transition.
Jordan. Oh, yeah, he can handle it, gets up for the throwdown. They'll let you keep that one arm out. It's too easy. Can't give it to him that low. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, Hairston inside working hard. Falling to the ground. And
Harrison has to keep his composure there. Wow.
I think maybe one of the Highlanders had control of that basketball, but.
Yeah, I think Harrison had a little mugging down there. But now Webster County needs to weather the storm. They got to attack that pressure.
And that's Edwards with the quick hands. He steals it and takes it to the basket.
Ultra quick, smart timeout by Mike Gray. Doesn't miss a beat. The lead's gone to 6. Mike Gray gets a quick 30.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. Elijah Edwards tonight, he has been great. He's already got 10 first-half points, and that one came off of the steal, as you see in our instant replay. Cutlip got over in that trap area in the corner, Coach. That's no-no land, right?
That is, and then Webster, then after he got there, Elijah Edwards turns on the steam.
Coach, I think I agree with you when you say Webster County, they've kind of gotten away from Gadd and Lewis attacking the rim and coming off screens for shots. They've tried to go inside, and it hasn't worked really.
I'm not saying, anybody can shoot the ball, but Gadd and Lewis came out on fire. You got to give them the first look and play through them. And I'm sure that's what Mike Gray's telling them on timeout. Okay, there's Greater Beckley switching up. Looks like to a 1-3-1 little half-court trap. First time they've shown that this evening.
Lewis tries to step through the trap, instead finds Cutlip.
Yeah, that's a great job by Brian Helton. When a team calls a 30-second, they're usually drawing something up against what you're in. Great time to change defenses.
Boy, Gadd had the trigger ready, and he pulled quickly.
Looked good when it left his hand.
Just a little short. Highlanders trailing Greater Beckley by 6. Inside to the big man, Krunich. Goes high side. The hook shot is off the mark, and Gadd, another defensive rebound. Into the front court. He's going to attack the basket. Too strong on the layup, though.
Calling him both ways. I thought he drew contact there.
Here comes Edwards. He'll back up. Now he'll attack. Out top, the shot for 3. And Krunich gets on the board.
A big fella can step out and knock down the trade.
That extends the lead to 9, biggest of the night. Trying to match was Williams. That one too strong. Thad Jordan with the board. They'll get into the hands of Edwards. Looking inside for Krunich, but they won't go this time. Jordan will fire a 3. Thad Jordan.
Second 3 from that spot. Got his feet set. Beautiful follow through. Thad Jordan bringing it tonight.
And Lewis trying to match. That one almost banked in. A little run here for Greater Beckley towards the end of the half. They lead by 12. 12th point for Jordan to lead all scorers.
And who is that on the help?
That was Gadd.
Spin move. I thought good help defense by Greater Beckley there.
Edwards took it away on the spin move. Now top Hairston, he can shoot. Three-pointer, those off the mark, and the rebound. Couple of Webster County defenders on the floor, and I believe Krunich is going to be whistled.
And Greater Beckley can do that. They have depth at the post position. They can play very aggressively on the boards. That run, Webster County had the lead. Now this big run, Greater Beckley up a dozen. They can score points in the bat of an eye.
You know, Coach, they had 17 fouls with a second gone by in this quarter. That's the first foul in 6 minutes for Greater Beckley. So they got in foul trouble early, but they've done a great job of managing that.
And then Brian Hilton, KG veteran, getting Isaiah Harrison out the last 2 minutes so he doesn't start the third quarter with 2 fouls.
And Williams misses the front end of the 1-and-1.
Let's see if Greater Beckley plays better this time. Last time Harrison went out is when Webster County went on a big run.
Edwards thought about the three. Instead, Jordan will another one. That's off the mark. Krunich with the board. He can't get the first one to fall. The second one rolls off the back of the iron.
The size and the quick leapers and Greater Beckley's depth is paying dividends right now.
Offensive rebounds galore. 4 of them, 2 included from Krunich. And then Edwards gets fouled on the drive.
Yeah, Edwards got fouled. But credit the big fellas tipping the ball out. 3 possessions on our replays. Boy, we get them up quick. The Little General replays.
Second foul on Caden Cutlip here in the half. Edwards hits the first. He's got 11 in the first half. Now Jordan will check out for Greater Beckley. Checking out Caden Wright for the Highlanders. Back in comes Cochran. Cecil's back in for Greater Beckley as Edwards hits both. And it's a 14-point lead for Greater Beckley.
And Greater Beckley going back to an extended 2-3 zone. And they better keep an eye on Ryan Gadd.
He can shoot from anywhere on the floor.
This 2-3 zone, somebody better know where he's at all times.
There's the other shooter, William Lewis. He misses badly, so badly that it's an easy rebound outside. He'll fire again. That one off the mark again, and Krunich cleans it up.
And Greater Beckley's shown 2-2-1 press. They've shown a press after a missed free throw. They've shown a 1-3-1 half-court trap, and now they've shown an extended 2-3 zone. So Brian Hilton going into the bag of tricks tonight.
Figured Webster was going to have to shoot very well here in this building to hang with Greater Beckley. They did in the first quarter, but they've gone cold here in the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Greater Beckley had a 15-day layoff, and I believe they lost some rhythm. Didn't have a great game against Mount View besides the first quarter, but this second quarter against Webster County, Greater Beckley has turned it up a notch.
Running some time, we've got a whistle, and I believe a timeout's going to be called for Greater Beckley's coach Brian Helton. And a 30-second timeout with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. So it was a 7-0 run to begin, Coach, for Greater Beckley, and then a fight back by a gritty, determined Webster County team. And it has been very close until the last 4 minutes where Greater Beckley has kept the pedal to the metal. Thad Jordan and Elijah Edwards leading the way with 12 and 11 apiece. And really, Webster County's kind of gotten cold. You've seen a lot of open looks for Lewis, and then some shots missed at the bucket for Gadd on attacks. They're going to have to get those to start falling if they want to come back into this another time. You can't go down a lot of times and be able to come back, I think, against a team this good as Greater Beckley.
Webster County's got to make shots. They have to, they have to play well. There's no doubt about that. And then you got Brian Helton. I love that West Virginia high school rule where the coaches can call timeout. I mean, you can save your team turnovers on a loose ball on the ground. You can save your team a bad possession. Brian Helton saw the possession was not going the way he wanted it, used one of his 30-second timeouts. Now there's Webster County switching defenses. Now they come out the zone after the timeout and going man-to-man.
Crusaders will try maybe to work for the final shot, though, of the half. Smallwood, he'll attack. And in the lane, we got a jump ball. Cutlip, a great defensive play.
Great defense by Caden Cutlip. Reached in, got his hand on the ball, created the hell ball situation. It will be Greater Beckley ball under. But what that does for you, now Webster County gets the ball to start the second half. You know, as coaches, you always look for the next thing. You didn't say, oh, he got a jump ball, now Greater Beckley gets to keep it. Well, they do, but now Webster County will start the third quarter with the ball.
Hoskins to trigger it inbound on the baseline. 13 on the clock. Edwards, he has 11 here in the first half. Hairston with 5. Going to have to hurry. He's going to pull up for 3. Off back rim, no good. The rebound tip is off the mark, and that is how the first half will close. Greater Beckley Christian leading Webster County, the defending single A champs, by 14 at the half. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll give you some stats and talk about the first half. You're watching Region 3 single A action on Video Productions.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership, Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
State your name, sir.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I'm running for Supreme Court.
Are you a married man?
47 years?
And 30 years in the National Guard.
Does she call you Colonel?
No.
So, Colonel, am I your favorite grandchild?
Objection!
Sustained. Vote Bill Wooten Justice. This one's easy.
Hey, Granddad, I'm really the favorite, right?
I could use your vote.
My car was totaled and I had just had it 8 months.
Every case is different and every case is important.
I just felt comfortable knowing they were taking care of stuff.
Our most important job is to take care of everything so you can focus on recovery.
They made me feel like I was special, like they were working just one-on-one with me.
Carol's case mattered. We like to take care of our own.
I did matter to them.
Call Farmer Klein and Cam, because around here,
you matter.
Call 346-5990.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium in Beckley, West Virginia, Class Single A Region 3 co-final between the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders and the Highlanders of Webster County High School, the defending Class Single A state champions, the first ever in the school's history. Andrew Miller, joined by my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. Bob, in that first half, it was Greater Beckley Christian coming out with a bang. They got a 7-0 lead early. The Highlanders showing grit and determination, fighting back. In fact, took a lead early, 17-16, and then Greater Beckley kept the gas pedal down, and Webster County, I think, just basically went cold for the final 6 minutes of the first half, and that's where you leave a 14-point advantage for the Crusaders.
Well, Greater Beckley got off to a great start on the boards, got out to an early lead, and then Rygad started hitting from all over the gym, brought Webster County back. They were able to take a brief lead, 17-16. And then the last 4 minutes of the half was all Greater Beckley. They did a great job of mixing up defenses, giving Webster County different looks almost each possession down the floor. And they kept dominating inside, and I think Greater Beckley's depth kind of took over at that point.
It almost seemed as if the man-to-man defense for Greater Beckley was what was good for Webster County. They were able to get Gadd attacking the rim into those free lanes, and they got Lewis early off a couple of screens. And then, as you said, Greater Beckley just changed things up completely and really shut down the driving lanes for Gadd. And again, you rely on shooting, and you got to shoot well at this point in the season if you want to get to Charleston, and that did not happen for the Highlanders in the first half. Meanwhile, Greater Beckley Christian attacked the rim at will and then made some threes as well. Thad Jordan had it going again here in the first half.
Well, Andrew, I've known Brian Helton many, many years, and he likes man-to-man defense, and he did not want to change, but I think him giving Webster County multiple looks enabled his team to shut down the driver's lanes and the driving lanes, and he'll go back to his man-to-man. I guarantee it. He'll start this third quarter. But if he's having trouble stopping those driving lanes, he'll use those big bodies as rim protectors, and he'll go to his zone.
Scoring for the first half for the Highlanders, they were led by Rygad. He had 11 points out of 19 for Webster County, followed up by William Lewis with 4, Caden Wright and Connor Bell chipping in 2 apiece. So Rygad really was the hot shooter in the first half. Double digits for both Thad Jordan and Elijah Edwards for Greater Beckley. They had 12 apiece, and then 3 apiece for Christian Krunich, Sean Hoskins, and Isaiah Hairston in that first half. And that is all the scoring that there was in the first half. So 16 teams started tonight in Class Single A. All 8 Single A regional co-finals are in progress, and after tonight we'll know who will be in the state tournament next week at the Charleston Convention Center in Charleston, West Virginia in Class Single A. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll have second half action here on Video Productions.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership, Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
I'm Bill Woot. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power. Our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Receive a free 8-count Chick-fil-A nuggets when you sign in on the Chick-fil-A app.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. Here we go, second half action on Video Productions, Class Single A, Region 3 Co-Finals. I'm Andrew Miller, joined by my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Boland. Robbie Mounts is our producer for this broadcast tonight. So as you mentioned at the end of that first half, that loose ball possession, alternating possession, will give the basketball here to start the second half to Webster.
Yeah, it was a great hustle by Webster County.
And they'll need a bucket early to get settled, and that is going to do it. Rygad, who had attacked the rim the entire first quarter, didn't do it much in the second. He'll get the bucket and the foul.
We're just watching Ryan Gadd shoot at halftime. He has unlimited range. Nice spin move there. Good finish at the rim. You know, he's got a baby face, no hair on his face. I'll tell you what, if he keeps growing and he ends up 6'5" or 6'6", watch out.
He had 12 in the first half, Coach. That's his first 2-point bucket.
I'll tell you what, he's a good basketball player.
Made the 3-point play, and now we've got a whistle and a travel.
And he did. This veteran referee crew, Lou Peak, Kevin Anderson, and Benny Copley, they're assigned by the SSAC in Parkersburg for this game, and these are veteran guys.
33-22, and again, you go back to that possession for Webster, and if they make do with that possession, it could be a momentum shifter for the Highlanders. Here's Williams, and that is a big momentum change.
Yeah,
William Lewis for three.
Yeah, pretty three, cuts it down to 8.
So Greater Beckley promptly goes back inside to Hairston, who had just 3 points in the first half.
And here's Harrison inside on the spin. Mike Gray did not agree with that call down here on this end.
Hairston gets the first one to fall through. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
But I don't think the coach that the call goes against ever agreed.
No,
I didn't. Never saw him that way. Isaiah Harrison knocks them both down, lead back to double digits.
Good shooting touch for the big man, and here's a pass nearly stolen. That one's going to be a rim rocker again for Jordan. Now Gadd has it. He'll attack the basket. No good on the shot. Hairston clears the rebound. 10-point lead. Jordan loose in the corner for 3. Rolls off the rim. Inside, though. Hoskins.
Yeah, that's the 12th point on stickbacks for Greater Beckley, and that's the difference of the game right now, 12-point lead.
Lewis loses it at midcourt. It's on the floor.
Yeah. And there Mike Gray gets the timeout from the bench. When you're coaching in West Virginia High School, you have to be alert. You can help your team and stop a turnover.
And that was a big stoppage, so it keeps possession for Webster County. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them, 37-25, Greater Beckley.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care. at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium, 37-25 Crusaders on top of Webster County. Highlanders a 5-0 run to cut it to 8 to start the second half.
Greater Beckley starting out with that extended 2-3 trap, trapping everywhere, but Caden Wright able to find a seam and knock down the trade.
They did not account for Caden Wright, who had just 2 points in the first half. A big 3 to cut it back down to single digits. Here's Smallwood. He'll attack right side and he'll draw the contact. And I think that will be William Lewis. And if that is William Lewis, that's number 3 on him. See Smallwood attacking, and I think he actually did a good job, Coach, of leaning in there and drawing that body check.
Yeah, and then Greater Beckley had switched up to that half-court trap and given up a 3. And Coach Helton sitting there thinking, why did I do that? And he needs to look at the film tomorrow and realize how many times he changed defense and something good happened. As coaches, you just remember the bad ones. So that's what the film is for, to say, hey, we changed defenses 6 times. We may only gave up 1 bucket.
Smallwood 2 of 2 from the line. It's an 11-point lead. Gadd tries to dump one underneath, but Williams was already heading into rebound position. So that'll be a turnover for the Webster County Highlanders.
And Webster County sticking with that 2-3 zone. They do extend out on shooters, but they try to play tight in close to the basket.
Now top Smallwood. He'll square up for 3. Offside rim. Another rebound for Gadd defensively. On the attack, here's Cutlip, the layup.
Yeah. Cutlip getting out in transition. Gadd doing a good job of finding him.
First points of the night for the junior Caden Cutlip. And back down to single digits we go. It is yo-yo between 11 and 9. That's a near steal poked away from behind from Hairston by Cochran. Now Jordan, a tough turnaround jumper, hits the rim, the backboard, and falls through.
Well, it seems like Thad Jordan, every time Greater Beckley needs a clutch basket, he's been there tonight.
He has 14. Wright attacking to the baseline, gives it to Cochran, the runner in the lane. Off the mark, Gadd finds the loose ball and then whistled for the travel.
A little shuffle of the feet there when he first got the ball. Webster County fans don't agree. Right in front of us, he did get a little shuffle of the feet.
I always said 50% of the time, the officials are going to anger at least somebody all the time.
They are. And it's a hard job, and
yes.
I really try not to judge them every call, just say what they saw.
In the corner to Hairston, out top. Here's a 3. That one drilled by Hoskins.
Sean Hoskins, feet set, knocks it down.
Hoskins has 8. And just like that, Coach, the lead back out to 14 as it was to start the half.
Yeah, not a good reach in by Cecil. Got to move his feet, stay in front of the dribbler.
Second team foul on the floor. Carter Williams will check out. Back in comes Connor Bell for the Highlanders. 4:43 mark of quarter number 3. Webster County trying to get back to the state tournament to defend their title. Here's Bell. Short, airballed. Cecil clears the rebound. Hoskins in the front court loses. Gets it back. Edwards squares up for 3. Off the mark. And another rebound. And look at Gadd. From his rear end, keeps the dribble. He'll pull up from 15. Wow!
Yeah, he can play. Gadd's played a tremendous game tonight.
Whistle out top on the drive by Edwards. We're going to get Cutlip. Or sorry, that was Caden Wright. His first. But Gadd, just an amazing play. He fell to the ground, on yet another defensive rebound, Coach.
And there was contact, and he went to the ground, kept his dribble alive, got up, ended up getting a bucket.
Yeah.
Gadd is a bucket getter.
Here comes Cecil for three. Off the mark, long rebound to Cutlip. Into the corner it goes. Now Cochran at the basket. The shot is no good. And an outlet pass down the court stolen by Gadd, intended for Hoskins. Here comes Gadd attacking. And we've got a jump ball. And that was great defense by Elijah Edwards. He got a hand on the basketball on the dribble by Gadd and just never let go. Looks like we got a timeout on the floor. Full timeout, we'll take it with him. 3:42 left, 44-32. Greater Beckley here in the third.
Bill Wooten facts.
Bill Wooten is the only candidate who fought the bad guys
and helped the good guys.
Bill Wooten is the only retired colonel.
Only Bill Wooten is supported by labor and business.
Democrats and Republicans. The best hugger. And the best granddad.
Only one more thing to say. If you honor me with your vote, I'll serve you with honor.
That's a wrap.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
We welcome you back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. 3:42 mark of quarter number 3. Greater Beckley has led all but for about a minute in the second quarter of this ball game.
Webster County still in that zone, and I always say a zone defense is only good if it gets deflections and distorts passing lanes. And right there, Webster was not close to getting in any passing lanes, no deflection. Greater Beckley, great set play. Lucas Cecil with the bucket inside.
He had two going out on the guard, and neither of them, recovered underneath. And that was a nice play drawn up by Coach Brian Helton. An opportunity for a three-point play for Lucas Cecil. And he makes it good, and it's the largest lead of the night at 15 for Greater Beckley. Cutlip loses a dribble in the front court. It's stolen by Hoskins. Into the corner, Jordan gonna fire another three. Off back rim. Edwards out gets Gadd.
Yeah, getting his team settled, getting the ball where it needs to go as Isaiah Harrison hits a jumper. Elijah Edwards, point guard, his job is to create rhythm and balance for his team, and he sure is doing that tonight.
Crucial couple of buckets for Greater Beckley. A crucial moment here for Webster. They've got to get a score. Three-pointer off the mark for Wright, but back into the hands of Cutlip inside. They looked for Cochran, and I believe it was Jordan getting a hand in. You feel like this is dangerously close to getting away. A three for Hoskins. That would have lit up the home crowd. Gadd with the rebound. The one-handed push to Bell on the block, and Bell draws the foul. And now we're going to get a technical foul on Hoskins for slapping at the basketball.
Yeah, they're just frustrated because he committed the foul, but you can't double the frustration and smack the ball. Don't think he meant anything by it, but you got to control your emotions. Now, you're talking about a big play. Webster County will get 2 shots for the foul on the shot. They'll get 2 shots for the technical, and they'll get the ball. They could possibly score 7 points on this possession.
So he's got 4 now, does Hoskins. He picks up the personal, and the technical in plays a personal.
Yeah.
So Webster County, after going down 17, Coach, you've got to make shots here.
Oh, yeah. Now, Connor Bell, if he hits this one, do you stay with him for the next 2, or do you put your best free throw shooter in?
I got to go with
him. Okay, that's what they did. A lot of people, when that guy hits those first 2, they're going to stay with him. Gadd getting up to the free throw line.
And the first one, he makes it interesting.
Yeah. And then Gadd gives the invisible people up there 5 at the line for him to stay in his same rhythm.
So this could be a 4-point turnaround. And Gadd makes it so, and you've got the basketball, so it went from 17 to 13, and it could be down to 11 or 10.
Yeah, a lot of times, like Mike Gray, a lot of times coaches will have those other 4 over there telling them the set you want to run. Now Greater Beckley's in their zone. Let's see if they do that, and that's what you wanted for Webster. That's an exact shot. I would have wanted Gadd shooting, getting a decent look at a 3. And if he gets another one, I'd hope he fired it again.
Over to Lewis. He'll fire for 3. And Lewis strains it.
7-point play. Technical fouls are huge, and you got to control your emotions.
Coach, this was dangerously close to getting out of hand. That changes everything. It's now a 10-point ball game. 2-minute mark. Here's Hairston attacking, splitting 2 defenders.
Big bucket by Isaiah Hairston.
Great footwork for the big man, and he's got soft touch. Inside, Cochran at the basket. His basket is no good. The rebound, though, is into the hands of Bell. And they are giving up significant size, Cochran and Bell inside, Coach. But they are absolutely battling Hairston inside.
Yes, they are. And it seems Greater Beckley's up 12. It just seems like it's a little closer than that right now. I guess when they were up 17 a minute ago, and in one possession, it went from 17 to 10.
And that foul on Jordan is the 3rd for Thad Jordan. Back at the line is Connor Bell, the 6-foot sophomore. He's now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And he's got 5. And again, he's giving up 4 inches of height and a significant amount of weight to Hoskins, but he's been trying his best battling the big man. Missing his first free throw of the night, but it's still an 11-point ball game. Cutlip sells out for the steal, can't get it. Underneath it's Smallwood, and we're going to get a foul on Cochran there.
Well, Webster County, a lot of teams are doing it now. We were doing this 15, 20 years ago, pressing on a missed shot. I mean, who gets the rebound? A big guy, usually a non-ball handler. You put him in the trap, you deny the point guard, and you try to make the other team uncomfortable. Great job by Webster County there.
Smallwood got loose, though, and he'll hit the first free throw. He's 3 for 3 from the line. 1:33 remaining in quarter number 3. The winner will advance to Charleston next week for the state tournament. Loser will see it end here tonight. 2 of 2 for Smallwood. Into the front court. Dangerous pass picked up by William Lewis. Now into the corner to Rye Gadd. He'll pull for 3. Back rim, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Wright. He'll attack the basket. And the rebound out of bounds, and I think glass touched off of Rye Gadd.
Great job by Lucas Cecil going straight up, avoiding the foul. And here's Webster County back in a 2-2-1, but they are extending the traps. They're doing a multiple trap 2-2-1 press.
Inside Krunic,
Yeah.
Somebody forgot the 6'7" Krunic.
Yeah, that's the depth of Greater Beckley. Got 3 big men in the game right now.
I got to think that guy's pretty hard to miss. He is not small. 15-point lead.
Had Gadd open. Again, the pass was delivered just a little bit on the slow side.
Working the perimeter. Caden Wright, here's Lewis, a spin, turnaround 15-footer. Off the mark, into the hands of Cochran. He'll muscle it up.
It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty.
It was effective.
Yeah, Cochran creating contact in there, getting the defender off balance and able to knock it down.
Here's the 3 for Hairston. That's off the mark. Gadd's got to have 10 defensive rebounds tonight.
Oh, he's played great.
Trying to split 2 defenders. He'll draw the body contact. And that is number 3 on Hairston now. So you got Sean Hoskins with 4, Hairston with 3, and Jordan with 3.
And Webster County goes to the line 1-1 with the smooth shooting sophomore Rye Gadd.
Gadd on the night is 8 for 9 at the line. 55-42. Once it got to 15, a big bucket by Cochran and an opportunity here for Gadd to cut it back down to manageable. And he has been good at the line. He's got 9 of 10. He came in shooting 82% from the line. Right now he's at 90. The sophomore heaves the second. And it's back down to 11. Final 15 seconds here in the third. Drumheller thought about a three instead to Krunic.
Beautiful pass. Drumheller into Krunic for a big bucket.
3 seconds left. Right into the corner. Bell's got to hurry and not in time. And it will be a 13-point Greater Beckley lead as we move to the final quarter here from Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. You're watching Region 3 action on Video Productions.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
When it comes to getting a new set of wheels, everybody knows the Midstate name. Midstate Ford, Arbuckle Road in Summersville, and Midstate Chevrolet, I-79, exit 67 in Flatwoods, West Virginia's #1 choice for brand new Chevys and brand new Fords, and proud supporters of West Virginia sports. So when it's time to trade, check out MidstateFordWV.com or MidstateChevy.com for the guaranteed lowest price on a brand new Ford or Chevy from the Stock of Need Sell 'em Cheap boys at Midstate.
Back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium, final quarter. Class Single A Region 3 co-final. The winner will advance to Charleston for the state tournament. The loser will end their season tonight. Glad you could join us on Video Productions. I'm Andrew Miller. My partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. Webster County will start with possession, trailing by 13 points. Inside, it'll be dribbled off of the leg of a Greater Beckley defender.
Good high-low action for Webster County there after the quarter change.
On the sideline, the inbound at the bucket, and that was Cochran for the bucket right at the rim. He's got 4. They'll dump it into Krunic. He's got 2 easy buckets late in the third, and they'll go right back inside to him. And as big as the size advantage is with Hairston, the height advantage for Krunic is very, very large.
Krunic has given Greater Beckley great minutes this evening. Oh, mistake there on the defensive end by Webster County. They just gave a direct entry pass to Isaiah Harrison. And on OB unders, you have to be between the man and the ball. And right there, he's behind the man, and just an easy play, mental mistake by Webster County.
Wasn't even a screen. I think that Levi Cochran was turned his head for a second looking for instructions. Hairston immediately moved, and Cochran picks up his 4th foul.
Yeah. And I think the instruction was get between him and the ball.
The bucket was good, and the foul. And Hairston makes the 3-point play good. A 14-point lead for Greater Beckley. That's how the second half began, a 14-point advantage. It ballooned to 17. A 7-point play for Webster, cut it down to 10. Here's a 3 for Wright. Gadd with another board, tries to attack the rim. Krunic protecting. And now Krunic is going to be whistled for throwing the elbows.
And Krunic did a great job on the defensive end, blocking Gadd's shot, but then he was caught in the double team, and instead of pivoting, putting the ball under his chin, he pushed off, and the ball go back to Webster County.
Just seems like every time Greater Beckley coach gets up by 15, 16, 17, Webster has an answer to try to cut it close. Here's a 3, and that's a big one.
Yeah, still 11-point lead, Greater Beckley. Elijah Edwards just has to control his team, get the right and beautiful play. Hey, that's 2 passes by Drumheller that resulted in buckets. Good play by Drumheller.
The lead is 13. Gadd has 23 points tonight for Webster. And now we got a whistle and a travel on Webster County, and possessions, coach, becoming a premium as the clock winds down. You can't afford to give the ball away if you're trying to come back from 13 down.
No, you can't. And we're having a little trouble here with the fans getting excited now, and everybody trying to stand up around us, but we'll do the best we can. We got a monitor here we can look at.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Greater Beckley going into a little spread offense. At some point, Webster County's going to have to get out and play a man-to-man.
Boy,
and
Edwards.
when they do, Elijah Edwards just uses his quickness to get into the paint for an easy mid-range J.
He had 12 in the first half, been basically quiet here in the second half. The lead back out to 15. Does Webster County have a run in them? Here's Gadd attacking
nice
and dishing.
Pass.
A beautiful pass.
Gadd with the dish to Connor Bell for the 2.
Is there anything that Gadd cannot do?
There's your
Krunic, a spin move. Reverse shot, no good, but Hairston with another rebound and a foul again.
Yeah,
Hairston flexing.
Yeah, just too much size for Greater Beckley. I think they were beginning to wear down Webster County, and that's the new generation that flex. I still haven't gotten used to that yet. I say flex when you're carrying the state championship trophy, but that's this generation. That's what they do. They do what they do.
3-point play opportunity missed, but Hairston has 16 now in the ball game, and the lead is back out to 15 for Greater Beckley. Gadd attacking the basket against Krunic, and he'll draw the contact and the foul on Krunic, number 3, on the 6'8" junior.
Yeah, Gadd is averaging 21 points a game and 6.8 boards. And for a sophomore, boy, that's a big-time number.
A rare miss. He had missed just one previous. 10 for 11 from the line. 10 of his 23, and he goes right back to work with the second one. 11 of 13 from the line. He's got 22. Edwards quickly into the front court. Now he'll back it up.
Edwards does a tremendous job of creating rhythm and balance for his team. He gets the ball where it Krunic again. Edwards gets the ball where it needs to go, and Krunic has came through with one of his better games of the year for Greater Beckley.
Hairston attacked, missed it, but Krunic right there to clean it up. Krunic has 9 on the evening. And now another turnover for Webster County. Edwards, the Euro step, the layup, soft off the glass.
Elijah Edwards has done it, getting all the way to the basket, shooting three-pointers, keeping his team intact. Elijah Edwards played a big-time game tonight.
He had 12 in the first half. He's got just 4 here in the second half, but he's run the offense well for Coach Brian Helton. And the lead now at its largest point of 18 for Greater Beckley.
Now, Webster County has to be very careful that this game doesn't get ugly. I mean, they've played great. And, you know, they're down 18. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for them to come back and win this game. But they want to finish strong, have a good offseason. They have a good group of young players, and they don't want this thing to balloon up to 35 points. So,
1 of 2 for Caden Wright.
And you know Webster County's not going to quit. They're not going to quit.
They're going to continue to battle. Here's Jordan, though. A big 3 in the corner. That hits off back rim, and the rebound tipped away from Edwards. Here's Lewis to the hoop.
And they cut it down to 15. There is no quit in this Webster County team.
Do the Highlanders have one more run in them? You see Caden Wright giving everything he's got. He's a senior. He's laying it all out on the line. He's dove after a couple of steal opportunities.
Yeah, Andrew, but you got to get them when you dive. You know, you can never mistake activity for achievement.
Is that chalkboard material for you, Coach?
You never mistake activity. You know, I mean, when you go diving through there, you got to dive with a purpose like that right there. Look at Gadd.
Gadd, a swift move.
I'll tell you what, he can get it done.
And it's down to 13. Don't look now. Here come the Highlanders. And a turnover. Oh, no. Last touch out of bounds by the Highlanders.
They cut it down to 13. They take the personality of their coach, Mike Gray. Webster County, they're no quitting these young men. The same thing on the Alabams again.
4 minutes left in this one. Hairston muscles one up. Can't get it to fall. They'll go back to Krunich. He's been great in the second half. And a reverse layup.
Krunich has done it all. How many's that for him, Andrew?
He's got 11. Here's the steal by Jordan, but he was in mid-run when he grabbed the basketball, and he's whistled for the travel.
No substitute for 6'7" and 6'8" and 230 pounds and 6'6" Thad Jordan, swingman. That size gets you now. They're going to a 2-3 zone with this big giant lineup in there.
In the corner, Cochran for three. That one airballed. Jordan underneath with the rebound. And now the dribble just off the foot of Smallwood, stolen. And now Gadd gets in the lane and loses it. And here is Lewis taking it back.
That was
Bell in the corner for three. That one's off the mark. Jordan with another rebound. And we've got a whistle. And I believe it may be Caden Wright from behind their coach. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe they got him with a foul. That was ugly possession. Turnover. I'm glad there was a foul called to get people at the free throw line and get back to basketball. That was I don't think any coaches like those that possession.
As a broadcaster, I don't like it.
Now, there's Brian Helton's philosophy. Hoskins got the technical, 7-point play, let him sit over there a while. He's up 15. He could easily let him sit over the rest of this game. But here he is, and thinking right now, up 15 with 3 minutes, we're going to the States. We need Sean Hoskins back on board, so he's putting him back in the game. Brian Helton has a great demeanor and a great way with these kids.
1-1 for Thad Jordan. Jordan, the 6'6" senior, hitting the first of two. Second one up and swished as well. Jordan's had a big night offensively. 16 points for the senior. 3:10 left. Time is waning on Webster County. They've had some good looks from three. They're going to have to start hitting, though. They've missed their last 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, I think Greater Beckley's doing a good job of getting the hand up on the shooter. Even when they dribble it off their foot, the ball's going in the right place.
Well, Krunich wrapped a nice pass around to Edwards, who misses the 15-footer. Gadd attacking in the lane from right to left.
You just pencil him in for first team All-State. If not this year, definitely next, maybe this year. I mean, he's averaging 21 a game as a sophomore. It's one of the better players we've seen this season.
Trying his best to will his team back here. A three, and that may be a dagger. Smallwood loose in the corner, and he hits the three. And it balloons back out to 18, and there's just 2:15 left.
You better get a hand wherever Gadd is. Look at him from the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
He shot that from the little general store down there on the corner.
31 for Rye Gadd, but is it too little, too late? We'll take a break for our sponsors. We'll see after this message.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
I'm Bill Woot. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power, our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
We have a lot of good soccer players that step up when we need them to and play certain positions, even if that's where they don't think they need to play. When you put all our roles together, we can be successful. My reason why is passion.
2:09 remaining here in the Region 3 Class Single A Co-Regional Final. Andrew Miller joined by my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Boland. Greater Beckley Christian trying to avenge a loss in the Regional Co-Final last year. Webster County, the defending Single A state champs, 28-0 last year. The first team to ever do that in the state of West Virginia. Rygad for the Highlanders has 31, and he's tried his best to will this Highlander team back. But this has been Greater Beckley's night tonight in their home floor. You think about just a month and a half ago, Coach, these two teams met on this floor, and it was a 39-point beatdown that Greater Beckley delivered to Webster County. A much different game here tonight.
Yes, it has been, as William Lewis has had played a tremendous game tonight. Fouls out. Big hug from the coaching staff. Probably the last game of his career, and he left it on the court, and that's all you can say.
And you see Lewis over there. He gave a smile to his coach amidst the tears. It's the thing I love so much, and just it's the thing about sports that if you don't know it, if you haven't experienced it, Coach, you just don't understand the emotions that go into these sports.
Oh, and then you know, they won. They were 28-0 last year. They've had a tremendous run, and you know, you just don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
A three for Caden Cutlip off the mark. Under 2 minutes remaining. Edwards faked the attack. He'll back up. I think he's going to try to force the hand of Webster County. Will the Highlanders foul, or will they just play stiff defense here?
Well, they should try to get a couple of double teams early and shoot a passing lane and then foul right now. They're tired, wore out. Greater Beckley is subbed efficiently. I mean, Greater Beckley is the better team, but I'll tell you what, I give Webster County all the props in the world. They've laid it on the line. They have nothing to be ashamed of. Those kids do not need to drop their head. They need to play this last minute 23 out and keep going full speed.
That foul on Rygad, the first of the night. He's going to finish his sophomore season with a double-double. The majority of his rebounds were underneath the basket for Greater Beckley.
And a 31 double-double. That's a little different than a 12 double-double. 31 points, yeah. Elijah Edwards getting to the free throw line, knocks it down. I mean, now the question, can Greater Beckley do what Webster County did last year after winning this region, go bring home that big trophy?
Here's Gadd to
Look
the
at
basket.
that pass. He can pass it, he can shoot it.
Man.
Levi Cochran with the bucket. Gadd's closing in on a triple-double with assists.
Yeah, he has been just as good as advertised here tonight in what will be the final game of the season for the Highlanders. 1 minute left. It's a 15-point lead for the Crusaders. They were a hair away last year, losing to this Webster County team from heading to Charleston. And they and Coach Brian Helton will be the representative in Charleston.
And they are the highest-ranked single-A team in the Metro Index. And, you know, I'll tell you what, Greater Beckley's had some great teams that they've taken to Charleston, but they have never had the post depth that they have right now. They have as much post depth as anybody, any class in the state of West Virginia, and the coaching staff does a tremendous job of using that depth. Now, Greater Beckley's got a chance to bring this trophy home. Brian Helton has been after that trophy for a long time, and I think they have a definite chance. Now, the Webster County emptied that bench. Brian Helton, I believe, sees that now. He needs to go empty that bench, Coach Helton. Get those guys in the game.
So Caden Wright, Levi Cochran, the two seniors, will walk off the court for the final time in their careers. Rygad, what a night. Will finish up tonight. He's got a lot of unfinished business. 2 more years for that young man.
Yeah, and I think Coach Helton here is wanting to get an ovation for a couple of his seniors and bring them out in. And there he goes. Here they come. Here comes all 4 into the game.
Elijah Edwards did a good job of making that free throw so he could do that. Hoskins, Edwards, Hairston, Thad Jordan.
And the only question is John Rose is in the game. How many points can he score in 35 seconds? Had 12 in 3 minutes the other night.
Here's a three thrown up.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, and here comes just Rose. Rose, he wants it from the right wing, and it hits the top of the backboard this time. Rebound in the corner. Out top. Here's an attack in and out. The shot no good with 11.
And you know, that's not rubbing it in. That's your subs in the game, want to get a shot off, didn't hold it, and I hope Webster County comes out here and gets a good shot off.
Devin Coley, will he get one?
Two classy programs here.
A three thrown up with 2 seconds left. A rebound comes down to Michael Judy, and this one is over. Greater Beckley Christian, the Crusaders, avenge last year's regional loss, and they will head to the state tournament in Charleston, West Virginia next week in Class Single A. Congratulations to the Webster County Highlanders on a tremendous season for Coach Michael Gray and his crew. Final score here tonight, 80-64. The Crusaders advance to Charleston. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the ball game, give you some stats, and wrap things up here from the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. You're watching Region 3 action on Video Productions.
Your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 and Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
I'm Bill Woot. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power. Our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again.
Now that the world keeps turning around.
Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Receive a free 8-count Chick-fil-A nuggets when you sign in on the Chick-fil-A app.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
We welcome you back inside the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. Final score here in Class Single A, Region 3 co-final action on Video Productions. As you see on the screen, Greater Beckley Christian will advance to the state championship tournament in Charleston, West Virginia next week with an 68-64 victory. Andrew Miller joined by my partner, two-time NAI National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. Coach, a valiant effort by Webster County tonight, but Greater Beckley, the greater team here tonight, they just had too much. Every run that Webster County made, it was matched by Greater Beckley tonight.
Well, I think Greater Beckley got the rust off of the 15-day layoff, which was a problem when they played Mount View. Their depth at the post position is the best there is at the state, and then Elijah Edwards ran his team, kept them under control, was able to make big shots, and Greater Beckley used a total team effort. And speaking about team effort, I got one for you, Andrew.
Okay.
The man that walked by and spoke to us a minute ago, elderly guy, Junior Varney, fought for the welterweight championship in Puerto Rico, and that banner up there, 1988 NACA national champions, he was the coach of that team, and Brian Helton was the star player. Had to get a little history in here, Greater Beckley, before we go back.
So can Coach Brian Helton deliver another championship?
Well, I tell you what, Greater Beckley, that state championship has eluded them, and they've been close, and I think they have a legitimate shot. I was able to see Wheeling Central early in the year, and they are fantastic, and I know Williamstown's really good. I mean, when you get there 1 out of 8, mathematics tells you have a 12.5% chance. I give Beckley Greater Beckley a little higher chance than that because of their depth in the post position. I think they have a legitimate chance to bring home the title.
They certainly do have the resources available to win it this year. And how fitting would that be? Webster County last year out of this region runs the tables and wins the state title. Could it be the first ever for Greater Beckley Christian now this year as they defeat Webster County here tonight by a final score of 80-64? Taking a look at your scoring for both teams, Webster County, wow, sophomore Rygad, 31 points, 4 3-pointers. He was 11 for 13 from the line. He was double digits in rebounds and probably close in assists. So that's nothing to shake your head at. That was a great effort by Rygad, the sophomore. William Lewis, the senior, finishes off his career with 12 points. Caden Wright, another senior, with 6. Connor Bell with 7. And Levi Cochran, also a senior, finishes out with 6 points on the night. For Greater Beckley Christian, they were led tonight by Elijah Edwards, finished with 18 points on the night, followed up by Thad Jordan, who finishes with 16. Isaiah Hairston, who had 3 at the half, comes back with 13 in the second half. He finishes the night with 16 and 8 apiece for Sean Hoskins and Caden Smallwood in the victory for Greater Beckley Christian. So, Coach, your final thoughts here tonight from Greater Beckley Christian. This was a great environment to watch a basketball game.
Well, and I think that had a lot to do with their sectional game. It was a terrible environment. You know, it was at a neutral site. This was a great environment, great win for Greater Beckley. Webster County has nothing to be ashamed of. They put up a valiant fight. Mike Gray does such a great job. But tonight was the night of the Crusaders, and they've punched their ticket to Charleston. And hopefully with this coronavirus that the fans still get to go to the game, because I know the NCAAs, they've canceled the fans at their games the rest of the year. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And, we have to do what's best for our country. And there are people way above our pay grade will make those decisions.
Yes.
But, it's just hard on kids right now. We all have to sit back and make it. And whatever the decisions are, these teams will go play, and they will fight for a national championship, and we will be there. So if something happens and there's limited fans at the game, Video Productions will be doing those games at the state tournament.
So that will wrap it up here tonight from the Greater Beckley Christian Gymnasium. The Crusaders advance to Charleston, West Virginia next week for the Single A State Championship. Glad you could join us on Video Productions live streaming coverage of Class Single A Region 3 co-final action. For our entire broadcast crew, Robbie Mounts, a great job as always. Our game producer on the cameras tonight, Shane Pointier. My color commentator, as always, the great two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.